Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingay Tim Hokip bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include KSO General Headquarters rendered financial help for victims of Kerala's Wayanad. Home Ministry calls for expedited border fencing along Indo-Myanmar in Manipur, Arunachal. ANSAM to boycott 78 Indian Independence Day celebration. PM Modi to become third Prime Minister to give 11 Independence Day speeches in a row. News in details. The Cookie Students Organization Kerala handed out relief to the victims of landslide in Wayanad district, Kerala. They received through fundraise to Kannur District Collector Milun Naveen Babu, General, and to the Additional District Magistrate. The KSO Kerala handed over the relief funds they received through fundraise to Kannur District Collector Milun Naveen Babu, General, and to the Additional District Magistrate. The KSO Kerala also gave a traditional Saipi Hupsol to show our condolence to the departed victims of the landslide as per our customary acts. This relief donation is made possible with the joint donation of KSO Kerala and other CD branches KSOs. This small act of affection is done to return the kindness the Kerala people had done to the Kuki of Manipur since May 3, 2023, when we are under the oppression of the Meitei community. The Kerala government, various educational and religious institutions, and the people of Kerala had welcomed hundreds of students to continue their studies free of cost in the state, and we shall always remember their kindness. The KSO Kerala had extended their heartfelt gratitude to the various organizations and individuals who generously donated their share and thus making this relief assistance to the affected victims of Wayanad district of Kerala possible. The Home Ministry has asked for the fast-tracking of border fencing along the Indo-Myanmar border in Manipur. Manipur BJP MLA Raskumar Imosing stated that the Union Home Ministry has asked for an expedited survey and alignment of the 243-kilometer stretch of the Indo-Myanmar border in Manipur. The Chief Minister shared this information on the floor of the House. Further, the central government has taken steps to identify and remove illegal migrants and has stopped free movement across the border. It is to be mentioned here that the last 1,643-kilometer international border is shared by Arunachal 520 km, Nagaland 215, Manipur 398, and Mizoram 510. The construction of the border fence aims to prevent illegal entry into the country. Additionally, some paramilitary units that were hindering peace efforts have been transferred. Earlier, civil bodies and organizations from Nagaland submitted a memorandum to Home Minister Amit Shah seeking the repatriation of illegal migrants or fugitives from Myanmar to their country. They also sought the withdrawal of some rifles along the Indo-Myanmar borders in and around Kamjong areas in Manipur. The United Naga Council UNC, Naga Women's Union NWU, All Naga Students Union Manipur ANSAM, and Naga People's Movement for Human Rights NPMHR together submitted the memorandum to the Home Minister. The organizations highlighted that about 5,457 illegal immigrants from Myanmar are being sheltered in 8 Tangkhul villages in Manipur's Kamjong district, adding that the inmates have outnumbered the local residents. The memorandum stressed on the lack of law enforcement agencies to effectively control increasing activities of anti-social, adding that foreign culture has overwhelmed the native customary practices due to sheer population imbalances. The All Naga Students Association Manipur ANSAM has expressed profound concern over what it described as the governments of India's detrimental policies regarding the long-standing Indo-Naga political negotiations. The association accuses the government of India of failing to honor the framework agreement signed on August 3, 2015 at the Prime Minister's residence in New Delhi. The framework agreement, which was hailed as a historic accord, acknowledged the unique history and status of the Naga people, asserting their identity as distinct from India and Myanmar. It also proposed mutual respect for the sovereignty and powers of both parties involved. Despite nearly 27 years of negotiation, ANSAM argues that the government of India has not adequately addressed core Naga demands, including the recognition of the Naga flag, constitution, and integration as fundamental rights. ANSAM's statement criticizes the government of India for what it perceives as a betrayal of the agreement spirit and for its ongoing provocations and policies against the Naga people. The association has questioned the Indian government's commitment to resolving one of Southeast Asia's longest-running political conflicts. The Naga people had declared their independence from British rule on August 14, 1947, a day before India's own independence. But ANSAM alleged that India's forceful occupation and divisive policies have continued since then. As a form of protest and in light of the perceived disregard for their political rights, ANSAM has called for its members to boycott the 78th India Independence Day celebrations, arguing a cessation of cooperation in Naga areas. The Meiteis had been blocking the entry of goods into Churachandpur district since last year. They even seized medications and documents from flowing into the Kuki-inhabited regions. However, the Meiteis had taken their inhumanity too far when they badly trashed Abdul Ghaffar, 52, son of Muhammad Ali Muddin of Kokta, Septa, Ward No. 1 yesterday, the 12th of August 2024, on his way to Lamka. Ghaffar, who is the peon of the SP office Churachandpur, was intercepted by a Meitei mob near the Imphal airport, where he was badly beaten up by a group of the Arambai Tengol. The Arambai Tengol also seized his documents and burned them down, along with his belongings, which include Indian flags. Ghaffar says that, in the past, I used to bring important documents from Imphal to Churachandpur when I traveled with the SP. But yesterday, I was intercepted by the Arambai Tengol near the entrance of the Imphal airport. I was then taken to an isolated place where the man trusts me badly. The Arambai Tengol had told Mr. Ghaffar that they had been planning to abduct him for a while now. Yesterday, even when Ghaffar told them that he was transporting important documents and things for the SP of Churachandpur, the Arambai Tengol paid no heed to his words and went on to burn down the things he carried. The things carried by Abdul Ghaffar includes one service book, a bag, an umbrella, police identity card, ATM card, PAN card, Aadhaar card, a cash of rupees 3,500 and 3 Indian flags, which were supposed to be used for the Independence Day celebration by the DC of Churachandpur, SP of Firjor, and DC of Firjol. Since he was thrashed badly, he was later admitted to Rims Hospital later in the evening, and now he is given home care at his residence in Kokta. As per Section 2 of the Prevention of Insults to the National Honor Act 1971, under the Flag Code of India, the Arambai Tengol who were involved in the burning down of the national flag, which is meant for the Independence Day celebration, can be sentenced to 3 years imprisonment. Today, the district administration distributed relief materials to various relief centers in Lamka town. The relief materials distributed depending on the number of inmates in various relief camps of the districts include Fortibong SDO's Relief Center with 7,185 beneficiaries, 397.50 bags of rice, 81.50 bags of dal, 31.70 bags of matar chana, 20.15 bags of onion, 50.30 tins of mustard oil, 23.7 bags of sugar, 48 kg of tea leaves, and 697 packets of tin fish. For Lamka SDO Relief Center with 5,526 beneficiaries, 306.50 bags of rice, 63 bags of dal, 24.10 bags of matar chana, 15.50 bags of onion, 38.60 tins of mustard oil, 17.70 bags of sugar, 37.10 kg of tea leaves, and 540 packets of tin fish. For Singat SDO's Relief Center with 899 beneficiaries, 49.50 bags of rice, 10.30 bags of dal, 4 bags of matar chana, 2.60 bags of onion, 6.30 tins of mustard oil, 2.90 bags of sugar, 6.10 kg of tea leaves and 89 packets of tin fish. For Saikot SDO's Relief Center with 1,021 beneficiaries, 57 bags of rice, 11.50 bags of dal, 4.50 bags of matar chana, 2.90 bags of onion, 6.90 tins of mustard oil, 3.30 bags of sugar, 6.80 kg of tea leaves and 98 packets of tin fish. For Sangaikot SDO's Relief Center with 817 beneficiaries, 46 bags of rice, 9.40 bags of dal, 3.60 bags of matar chana, 2.40 bags of onion, 5.80 tins of mustard oil, 2.70 bags of sugar, 5.50 kg of tea leaves, and 81 packets of tin fish. In total, 856.50 bags of rice, 175.70 bags of dal, 67.90 bags of matar chana, 43.55 bags of onion, 107.90 tins of mustard oil, 49.67 bags of sugar, 103.55 kg of tea leaves, and 1,505 packets of tin fish were distributed to the relief centers. Currently, there are 15,448 people taking shelter in 93 relief centers. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC President K. Megachandra Singh said that the Assembly Speaker's rejection of the former proposal to debate on the ongoing Manipur crisis in the Assembly and to approach the Centre to seek Prime Minister's intervention into the crisis have made the Congress legislators to walk out from the Assembly session on Friday. As per the accrual times, the Congress legislators have a total strength of 5 members. In a press conference organized today at Congress Bhavan, BT wrote in full, K. Megachandra informed that a written memo highlighting the resentment and protest of the 5 Congress MLAs for ignoring their opinions have been submitted to the Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly today. He stated that the Assembly Speaker ignored their proposal for a healthy debate on the prevailing crisis in the state in the House for no reason. The Congress legislators believe that open discussion on the Manipur crisis is crucial. As a result, our party has repeatedly approached the government and the Speaker to table the core issues in the Assembly so that it will be discussed in length and all the MLAs can approach the Centre to provide the roadmap to address the crisis in the state, Megachandra maintained. He also termed that a leak's exclusion of the voices of Congress MLAs undermines the principles of fair and democratic dialogue. As many as 18 people have died in the past 2 months due to water logging in Delhi. 6 of the 18 victims were children aged between 3 and 10. The national capital witnessed incessant rainfall leading to severe water logging across the city and its adjoining areas. According to data, 11 people died due to drowning in waterlogging regions, while 7 were electrocuted, an India Today report said. The deaths include the 3 IAS aspirants who died due to drowning in the basement of a coaching center in Delhi's Old Rajendra Nagar. On Saturday, a 7-year-old boy drowned in a waterlogged park in Rohini's Sector 20, which was inundated due to the recent rain. The incident happened in the evening while the child was playing in the park. 2 teenage boys, both aged 15, drowned in stagnant rainwater in a vacant plot in Delhi's Prem Nagar area on Saturday. In another incident, a 13-year-old boy died due to electrocution when he came in contact with an electric pole while playing cricket in the Ranhola area of Outer Delhi, police said on Sunday. In similar incidents, a woman along with her son drowned in a waterlogged drain near Khoda colony in Delhi's Gajipur area, while a 12-year-old boy died due to electrocution at Bindapur area of Dorka district. The father of the deceased told the cops that his son got electrocuted while returning back from tuition at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. 2 plastic pipes containing disconnected electric cable were found emerging from the ground. Further, 1 person was killed in the Subji Mandi area and 3 more injured, 2 in Sastri Park and 1 in Defense Colony due to building collapse incidents following the incessant rain. The India Meteorological Department IMD issued a yellow alert for rainfall in Delhi on Monday with warnings of thunderstorms and lightning. On August 15, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to make his 11th consecutive Independence Day address from the Red Fort, marking a notable milestone in India's political history. This will make him the 3rd Prime Minister, following Jawaharlal Nehru and Indira Gandhi, to deliver 11 consecutive speeches on Independence Day. Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, delivered 17 straight Independence Day speeches. Indira Gandhi, who served as Prime Minister from January 1966 to March 1977, and again from January 1980 to October 1984, addressed the nation 16 times, including 11 consecutive speeches. Modi, who began his series of Independence Day speeches in 2014 with announcements such as Swachh Bharat and Jan Dhan accounts, will surpass the previous record of 10 speeches set by former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. His first speech, delivered in 2014, marked the beginning of his tenure with several new initiatives. The longest Independence Day speech before Modi's tenure was given by Indira Gandhi in 1972, lasting 54 minutes. Nehru's first speech in 1947 was notably shorter, lasting only 24 minutes. The Information and Broadcasting Ministry has extended the time for receiving comments and suggestions on the Draft Broadcasting Services Regulation Bill till 15 October this year. Fresh draft legislation will be published after detailed consultations. The draft bill was placed in public domain in November last year, along with the explanatory notes for comments of the stakeholders and the general public. The ministry said the multiple recommendations, comments, and suggestions were received, including from various associations of the draft bill. It is holding series of consultations with the stakeholders of the draft bill. In an unfortunate incident, 7 youths drowned while bathing in a river in Rajasthan's Bharatpur. The incident took place when 8 youths of Srinagar village had gone to take bath in Banganga River. One after the other, the youths, including 3 cousins, slipped into deep water and eventually drowned, reported PTI quoting police. The deceased have been identified as Bhupendra Jataf, 18, Santanu Jataf, 18, Lakhi Jataf, 20, and Pawan Jataf, 22. Pawan Singh Jataf, 20, Surab Jataf, 18, and Gaurav Jataf, 16 were the cousins. 7 youths, including 3 cousins, drowned in deep water while 1 escaped, said Bayana Sadar SHO Balram Yadav, adding villagers reached the spot and took out the bodies and also informed the police. Police said that after post-mortem, the bodies have been handed over to the relatives. Meanwhile, in another incident, 2 people, including a child, died and another 3 were injured after a house collapse in the Nadi Darwaja area of Karauli district. The deceased were identified as Zakir Khan, 35, and Jia Khan, 12. Around 7:15 a.m., we received information in the hospital that a house collapse incident has taken place and many people have been feared dead in the debris at the site, said Ramkes, the principal medical officer PMO of government hospital. Initially, 2 bodies were sent to the hospital of Jek Khan and her father, Zakir Khan. Additionally, 3 people came in with minor injuries. 2 of them were given first aid and the 3rd person was sent after an OPD. More people are feared trapped in the collapse incident, said the official. Police said that at least 5 people were buried in the debris after the house collapse. After the rescue operation, 2 were found dead and 3 others injured. The officials also said that the house had become dilapidated due to continuous rainfall. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal approached the Supreme Court on Monday, challenging the High Court's order refusing to quash his arrest by the Central Bureau of Investigation in a case related to the alleged liquor policy scam. The AAP national convener has also moved a plea seeking bail in the CBI case. Kejriwal's plea is mentioned for an urgent hearing. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud has asked senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi to send an email. On June 20, Delhi's Rose Avenue Court had granted bail to Kejriwal in the Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA) case in connection with the alleged liquor policy scam, but the order was stayed by the High Court on June 25. On July 12, the Supreme Court had granted interim bail to the Delhi CM in the money laundering case, but he remains in jail as he is in judicial custody in the CBI's corruption case stemming out of the excise scam. Arvind Kejriwal was arrested by the ED and the CBI on March 21 and June 26 in the money laundering and corruption cases earlier this year. The excise policy was scrapped in 2022 after the Delhi Lieutenant Governor had ordered a CBI probe into alleged irregularities and corruption involving its formulation and execution. Mandalay PDF seized Jayekun military base in Thabekin Township. Yesterday morning around 6 a.m., the Mandalay People Defense Force MDY-PDF has seized yet another Jayekun military base in Thabekin Township, bringing the total number of military outposts under their control in the township to 9. This is a new development that highlights the ongoing offensive by the MDY-PDF against the junta regime targets in the northern Mandalay region in central Myanmar. The seizure of the military base in Thabekin Township follows on the heels of similar actions taken by the MDY-PDF last month when they successfully seized control of Madaya town, located in close proximity to the second largest city in the country. Despite attempts by the junta regime forces to penetrate the stronghold of the MDY-PDF in the region, they have thus far been unsuccessful. The Mandalay PDF also said that they will continue to maintain a strong presence and effectively defend for their territory and preventing the regime forces from gaining ground. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has directed the deployment of a guided missile submarine to the Middle East, the Pentagon announced on Sunday. This move comes as the region braces for potential retaliation following the recent assassinations of senior members of Hamas and Hezbollah. The USS Georgia, a nuclear-powered submarine, was already stationed in the Mediterranean Sea in July, according to a U.S. military social media post. The Pentagon's decision to publicly announce the submarine's deployment is notably for its rarity. Following a conversation with his Israeli counterpart, Austin also ordered the Abraham Lincoln Strike Group to expedite its deployment to the region. Secretary Austin reiterated the United States' commitment to defend Israel and emphasized the enhancement of U.S. military force posture and capabilities throughout the Middle East due to escalating regional tensions, the Pentagon statement read. In addition to the submarine deployment, the U.S. military plans to send extra fighter jets and Navy warships to the Middle East to strengthen Israeli defenses. The recent escalation was triggered by the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of Iran-backed Hamas, in Tehran on July 31. This attack has led to threats of retaliation from Iran against Israel, which is engaged in conflict with Hamas in Gaza. Iran has accused Israel of the killing, although Israel has not claimed responsibility. The situation was further exacerbated by the death of Fuad Shukr, a senior military commander of Hezbollah, in an Israeli strike on Beirut. This has heightened fears that the Gaza conflict may expand into a broader Middle East war. Iran has accused the U.S. of complicity in Haniyeh's assassination due to its support for Israel. Amidst these rising tensions, Reuters reported that several U.S. and coalition personnel were injured in a drone attack in Syria on Friday, marking the second significant attack on U.S. forces in recent days. The death toll from a landslide at a vast garbage dump in Uganda's capital, Kampala has risen to 13, police said on Sunday as rescue personnel continue to dig for survivors. After torrential rain in recent weeks, a chunk of garbage from the city's only landfill site broke off late on Friday, crossing and burying homes on the edge of the site as residents left. On Saturday, the Kampala Capital City Authority had put the death toll at 8. The latest we have is 13 dead, but rescue services are continuing, said police spokesperson Patrick Onyango. At least 14 people have been rescued so far, he said, adding that more could still be trapped, but the number is unknown. Tents have been set up nearby for those displaced by the landslide, Uganda Red Cross said. The landfill site, known as Kitizi, has served as Kampala's sole garbage dump for decades and had turned into a big hill. Residents have long complained of hazardous waste polluting the environment and posing a danger to residents. Efforts by the city authority to procure a new landfill site have dragged on for years. There have been similar tragedies elsewhere in Africa from poorly managed mountains of municipal garbage. In 2017, at least 115 people were killed in Ethiopia, crushed by a landslide at the garbage dump in Addis Ababa. In Mozambique, at least 17 people died in a similar 2018 disaster in Maputo. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, who last week took oath as head of Bangladesh interim government, has heaped praise on students who spearheaded protests against ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. There is no doubt because of the student-led revolution, the whole government collapsed, Yunus told reporters after a Sunday night met with the students. I say to the students, I respect you, I admire you. What you have done is absolutely unparalleled. And because you ordered me to do this, to take charge of the interim administration, I accept, Yunus said, recounting part of the conversation he had with the students. Two of the students' protesters, Nahid Islam and Asif Mahmood, are part of a 16-member advisory council that was sworn in with Yunus. The 84-year-old won the 2006 Nobel Peace Prize for his work in microfinance and setting up the Grameen Bank, which works for community development. Yunus has also stressed the wave of resignations of high-ranking public officials, including the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and head of Bangladesh Central Bank, was conducted legally. They had reportedly been issued ultimatums to quit. They want to have a new court, he said of the students. So they went there and asked the Chief Justice to resign and put their pressure to make him resign. I am sure they will find a legal way to justify all of this because legally all the steps were followed, he said. His office only agreed to publish these quotes Monday evening. Finally, this moment, the monster is gone, Yunus also said, referring to Hasina's departure and the end of what her critics said was an autocratic rule that stifled all dissent. However, Yunus warned the interim government that public goodwill is a limited resource and that they would face many difficult decisions ahead. The moment you start taking decisions, some people will like your decisions, some people will not like your decisions, he said. That's the way it works. Chin National Army CNA and CDF Haka joint forces attacked Keivangzuan military base near Haka city between Haka and Tantalan, Chin state on August 12 morning. CDF Hakna reported that 10 soldiers got dead and many were injured during the battle. It is said that the attack was started from 5:55 a.m. this morning in the name of struggle and all the camps were completed around 6:40 a.m. It is known that 60 MA1, 2 MA1, 4 MA2 and 1 MA3, 1 MA4, 1 machine gun, 25 bullets, mines and pencils were also recovered from the battle. The CDF Haka will continue to fight with the revolutionary forces for the uprooting of dictatorship and the emergence of federal democracy, so we request the public to cooperate with them. On Monday, Japan's northern region of Iwate woke up to torrential rains and high wind speeds. Tropical storm Maria has made landfall in the region of Japan, has caused travel disruption and even forced people to leave their houses. As per the Times of India report, initially the Japan Meteorological Agency classified Tropical Storm Maria as a severe tropical storm. This meant it had an intensity just below that of a typhoon. Seeing this warning, authorities issued evacuation advisories to about 315,000 residents in the area. Around 2,000 people were evacuated and placed in local shelters. The storm brought with itself 368 millimeters of rain, which is much higher than the usual 177.9 millimeters recorded in August in this region. Japan's meteorological agency has downgraded the tropical storm Maria to a tropical storm by Monday afternoon after its intensity decreased. However, they have issued warnings about the risk of mudslides and floods after the record-breaking rainfall over the last 2 days in the region. Tropical storm Maria in Japan has severely disrupted transportation in the northern region as well. As per an NDTV report, some high-speed bullet trains and regular services have been suspended in Iwate and other northern areas. Several airlines like Japan Airlines and All Nippon Airways have also been cancelled in the affected region. Due to the torrential rains, waterlogging has also been reported in several areas. Pictures and videos online shows overflowing dams and rivers and cars being submerged in rainwater in various parts of Japan. Fortunately, no casualties have been reported so far due to Tropical Storm Maria. The storm is expected to cross Japan and head out to the Sea of Japan by Monday evening. As per experts, these frequent storms and extreme weather are all caused by climate change. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.